Hey guys, what's up? It's Ryan with Motorcycle.com. We're here with the Z900 from Kawasaki. These guys came out to do their little 1000cc plus naked bike shootout, so I thought I'd piggyback off of that, hang out in the background, and show them that this bike, even though it's a Z900 and it's more upright, it really can do just about everything. We're gonna spend a day out here in the canyons. We're gonna go to the track tomorrow, and we're gonna kind of see how everything stacks up, and maybe they'll even let me come out on one of the big bikes next time.
Hey Ryan, I need some more sunscreen on my back. Get over here.
We've had it for a few months now. We got to do a mountain ride with some of the older guys on the bigger bikes. We also got to piggyback off a track day, so spent some time at the track. Done a lot of commuting with it, kind of a little bit of everything at this point. So we want to recap some of the statistics about the bike and kind of give you our overall impressions. The front suspension's a 41 millimeter inverted front fork. It is adjustable for preload and rebound, not compression. As far as the brakes go up front, we have a 300 millimeter front pedaled rotor with a 4-piston caliper. It does a pretty good job of stopping. The only thing is this is an ABS model, and the ABS seems to cut in a little early. I would like to see that fixed, or at least be able to turn it off. Unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to do with this bike. You'd have to pull the fuse or something like that. Moving back, we've got the 948cc inline 4 engine, which puts out 115 horsepower at 9,800 RPM and 67 pound-feet of torque at about 8,000 RPM. It's a great motor. It's really smooth. It doesn't send any vibrations up through the pegs or handlebar that were discernible. You get a little bit of buzz on the tank at certain freeway speeds, which you may like or you may not like. But overall, it's a great engine. The power comes on easily, which is nice because the bike doesn't have a lot of the electronics that some other new bikes do. Another thing that bugged kind of all of our testers, the guys that are 6'1" to the guys that are 5'8", this seat height is really low, and it's really nice, and it makes everyone feel comfortable around town. It's fine. But it's 31.3 inches, and while it gives you confidence, the way the foot pegs are set up, it really kind of gives you a good bend at your knees, which can be uncomfortable jumping on and off the bike. It feels like you're a little bit cramped up. However, riding back from the racetrack back into Long Beach, I didn't have any knee pain. I didn't feel like I needed to stretch my knees out. It just did feel like they were a little crunched up. Kawasaki offers an accessory seat that's an inch taller that I think would probably, it almost seems like this should have been the lower accessory seat option, and the inch higher should have been stock, because it'll give your legs a little more room to move around. It also, you can see the seat really looks like it's scooped out, and this rear seat's really high. And my wife sat on the back of the bike and felt like she was up kind of, absurdly higher than I was. Another thing, when you're throwing your leg over, you tend to kick the rear seat a good amount because it's so much higher than the actual seat. We have a 4.5 gallon gas tank. When we put the bike on the dyno and got the 115 horsepower and the 68 pound-feet of torque, we also weighed the bike with a full tank, and it came out at 469 pounds. It's got a 57.1 inch wheelbase. So as we move our way back on the bike, we have a 250 mil pedal rotor in the back, kind of the same as the front, only we have a single piston caliper, which is pretty standard. The way this bike is set up, the way the handlebars kind of put you back, it does put a fair amount of weight on the back. So around town, if you're lane splitting, kind of using that rear brake a little bit is gonna, stabilize you going through traffic, going through tight situations. So it's kind of nice. The rear brake works well. The Dunlop Sport Maxes were great on the track, and they were great on the mountain roads we used them on. Hadn't had a chance to test them in any wet weather, but the tires worked pretty good overall. So during the time that we had it, we did get a chance to also put it in a comparison against the Aprilia Shiver and the Suzuki GSX S 750. The Kawasaki came out on top pretty easily. It's a great bike. I think anyone that's looking at a standard bike like this, something between like a hyper sports naked bike like a 210 and those things, and a smaller cc bike, this 900cc, although it's 948 cc's, it's not that intimidating. The power comes on really easily, and that's also nice because it doesn't have those electronics on it. So it's a relatively comfortable way for people to get into this style of bike. I will say what we didn't get to compare it against is the Yamaha Z900. They didn't have one available for us at any point in time for us to compare this bike against at this point. We're gonna try and do it, in the future. But for $200 more, you get the price of the Yamaha Z900, and you also get the full electronics package that you find on most other bikes now, riding modes, traction control, things like that. I'd really like to get a chance to test them back to back because I think it's going to be a pretty close battle between the two. But that'll be something hopefully we get to do in the future. Otherwise, do your homework, take a look at this bike. If you're looking at these styles of bikes, I think you'd be really happy with this one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking everything out. And if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe. Jump on over to Motorcycle.com. We'll have the full write-up there. Pictures, dynos, specs, all of that. And we'll see you there.